It was supposed to be a normal day. She woke up early, wore her old uniform, and went to clean the cold, silent halls of the castle. No one looked at her. No one cared about her. To them, she was just a maid. Invisible. Replaceable. Nothing special. But that same night, something impossible happened. The most feared man in the entire kingdom, the man people whispered about in fear. The vampire king himself. He walked into the grand hall. All the nobles bowed their heads in respect. But then, he stopped. Not in front of the queens. Not in front of the nobles. He stopped in front of her. And slowly, the vampire king bowed to a maid. And in that moment, everyone realized she was never just a maid. So who is she really? Why did the vampire king bow to her? And what secret is so dangerous that it could destroy the entire kingdom? Stay with me, because this story will change everything you think you know. And before we go further, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories like this. Also, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. It's always exciting to see how far these stories travel. She had always believed her life would stay small. Emma Carter woke up before sunrise, like she did every day. The castle was still quiet, cold, and empty. That was the only time she liked it. No nobles shouting. No guards watching. No whispers behind her back. Just silence. She wrapped her thin shawl tighter around her shoulders and picked up the bucket. The water inside was freezing. Her hands were already red, but she did not stop. She walked down the long stone hallway, her soft steps echoing on the floor. This place was not her home. It never was. 3 months ago, Emma was living in a small town near the edge of the kingdom. She worked in a bakery. Her life was simple. Hard, but simple. Then one night, soldiers came. They did not knock. They did not explain. They just took her. Now she was here in the castle of the vampire king, working as a maid. No one told her why she was chosen. No one told her how long she would stay. And the worst part, no one cared. To them, she was just another human. Replaceable. Forgettable. Emma reached the grand hall and pushed the heavy doors open with her shoulder. The room was huge, bigger than anything she had ever seen. Tall black pillars reached up into darkness. Long tables stood in rows, clean but never warm. This was where the nobles gathered at night. This was where monsters laughed, drank, and made plans. Emma moved quickly, placing the bucket down and starting her work. She wiped the tables, cleaned the floor, and avoided looking at the shadows. Because sometimes the shadows moved. She learned that in her first week. Never stare. Never ask questions. Never speak unless spoken to. That was how you survived here. Hey, you. Emma froze. The voice came from behind her. Slow. Cold. Not human. She turned carefully. A tall man stood near one of the pillars. Pale skin. Dark eyes. His clothes were rich, his posture perfect. He looked at her like she was something dirty on his shoe. "Did you clean this table?" he asked. "Yes, my lord," Emma said softly. He ran a finger across the surface, then looked at it. "There is dust." Emma stared at the table. There was nothing there. I will clean it again," she said quickly. He smiled. Not a kind smile. "Of course you will." Emma stepped forward, her hands shaking slightly, and wiped the table again. Slower this time. Careful. Perfect. The man watched her the whole time. Then he leaned closer. "So fragile," he whispered. "I wonder how long you will last." Emma said nothing. He straightened and walked away, like she did not exist. Emma let out a slow breath. This was normal. Every day, someone tested her. Someone pushed her. Someone waited for her to make a mistake. Because humans did not belong here. And everyone wanted to remind her. She finished cleaning and picked up her bucket again. Her body was tired, but her day was not even half done. Next was the servant quarters. Then the kitchens. Then the stairs. Always the stairs. She walked down a narrow hallway, her steps slower now. The castle felt different in the morning. Empty, but not safe. Like something was watching even when no one was there. She reached the servant room and pushed the door open. Inside, a few other humans were already working. Lily looked up when Emma entered. "You're late," Lily said. "Just a little," Emma replied. Lily walked closer and lowered her voice. "You should be careful. Lord Adrian was asking about you." Emma's heart dropped. "Why?" Lily shook her head. "I don't know. But when they ask about you, it's never good." Emma nodded slowly. Nothing here was ever good. She put the bucket down and started folding clothes. Her hands moved fast, but her mind was somewhere else. Why was she here? Why her? Out of all people, why did they take her? She had asked this question many times. No one answered. After some time, the door opened again. A guard stepped inside. "Emma Carter," he said. Emma froze. "Yes. You are needed in the upper hall." Emma's chest tightened. "The upper hall?" she repeated. The guard nodded. "Now." Emma looked at Lily. Lily looked scared. "Go," she whispered. "Don't make them wait." Emma wiped her hands on her dress and walked toward the door. Her legs felt heavy. The upper hall was not for servants. It was for nobles. It was for vampires. Something was wrong. Very wrong. She followed the guard through long corridors, past doors she had never seen before. The air grew colder the higher they went. Finally, they stopped in front of a large door. The guard pushed it open. "Go inside." Emma stepped in slowly. The room was quiet. Too quiet. There were people inside. Many of them. All dressed in dark, rich clothes. All watching her. Emma stopped near the entrance. She felt their eyes on her. Heavy. Sharp. Hungry. "What is this?" someone said. "A maid," another voice whispered. "She smells human." Emma's hands clenched. She wanted to run, but she could not move. At the far end of the room, there was a raised platform, and on it, a chair, a throne. But it was empty. "Why is she here?" a woman asked. "No idea," a man replied. "But this better be interesting." Emma swallowed. Her heart was beating too fast. She looked around, searching for an answer. But all she saw were eyes. Watching, waiting, judging. Then suddenly, the room went silent. Not slowly, not naturally. Instantly, like something had changed. Emma felt it before she saw it. The air grew colder, heavier. The doors behind her closed with a deep sound. And then, footsteps. Slow, controlled, powerful. Emma turned. A man walked into the room. Tall, pale. His presence filled the space. No one spoke. No one moved. Even the air felt still. The Vampire King had arrived. Emma had never seen him before. Only heard stories. Whispers. Warnings. But now, he was right there. Real. His eyes moved across the room, calm, unreadable. Then, they stopped. On her. Emma felt her breath catch. Out of everyone in the room, he was looking at her. Just her. Why? She lowered her eyes quickly. That was the rule. Never look at him. Never meet his gaze. But even with her head down, she could feel it. He was still watching. The room stayed silent. No one dared to speak. No one dared to move. Emma's hands were shaking now. She did not understand what was happening. She was just a maid. Nothing more. Nothing special. So, why was the Vampire King looking at her like that? Her heart pounded louder. Something was wrong. Something was coming. And she had a feeling her life was about to change forever. The room stayed silent. Emma kept her eyes down, but she could feel it. His gaze was still on her. Heavy. Cold. Like it was searching for something inside her. Her heart was beating so fast it hurt. She tried to breathe slowly. Do not move. Do not speak. Do not look up. That was how you stayed alive. The Vampire King walked forward. His steps were slow, calm, but every sound echoed in the hall. Each step felt louder than the last. Emma could hear someone swallow nervously. Even the nobles were afraid of him. That told her everything. He stopped. Very close. Too close. Emma could feel the cold from his body, like standing near ice. She wanted to step back, but her legs would not move. Look at me. His voice was quiet, but it was not a request. Emma froze. For a second, she did nothing. Then slowly, very slowly, she lifted her head. Her eyes met his. And everything else disappeared. His eyes were not just cold. They were deep, dark, like they could see everything she had ever done, everything she had ever felt. Emma forgot how to breathe. "Your name," he said.
E.
"Emma," she whispered. "Emma Carter." The room was still watching. She could feel it. Everyone was waiting. For what she did not know. The king did not speak for a moment. He just looked at her. Then his eyes moved slightly down to her hands. Rough, red, small cuts from work. A maid's hands. Nothing special. But his expression changed. Just a little. So small most people would not notice. But Emma did. "Who brought her here?" he asked. A man stepped forward quickly. "My lord. She is one of the new human servants, brought 3 months ago from the southern towns." The king did not look at the man. His eyes were still on Emma. "Why is she in this hall?" The man hesitated. She was called here, my lord." "By who?" No one answered. Silence again. The king's gaze slowly moved across the room. Dangerous. Sharp. "Who called her?" A woman finally spoke. It was the same woman who laughed at Emma earlier in the hall. "My lord, we thought it would be amusing," she said with a small smile, "to see how a human behaves in front of the court." Some vampires laughed softly. Emma felt her face burn. They brought her here for fun. For entertainment. The king did not laugh. His face stayed the same. Cold. Still. "Amusing," he repeated. The words sounded different in his voice. Heavy. The woman's smile faded just a little. "Yes, my lord," she said. The king turned his head back toward Emma. For a long second he said nothing. Then he stepped closer. Emma's breath stopped. He raised his hand. Slowly. Emma closed her eyes for a moment. This was it. This was the moment. She thought he would hurt her. Everyone expected it. She opened her eyes again. His hand was near her face now. Very close. But he did not touch her. He stopped just inches away. Like something invisible was holding him back. Emma noticed it. His hand was shaking. Very slightly. Her eyes widened. Why would the vampire king hesitate? He slowly lowered his hand. The room felt tense. Confused. Something was wrong. Something no one understood. The king turned away from her suddenly. His jaw was tight. Enough. One word. But it echoed through the entire hall. The whispers stopped. The small laughs disappeared. No one dared to speak again. He walked past Emma, straight to his throne, and sat down. The power in the room shifted instantly. Now he was above everyone, watching, judging. "Send her away," he said. Emma blinked. That was it? She could leave? Relief rushed through her body. But something still felt strange. Very strange. The guard stepped forward. "Yes, my lord." He grabbed Emma's arm gently. "Come," he whispered. Emma nodded quickly. She turned to leave. But just before she reached the door, "Wait." The word stopped her. Her body froze. Slowly, she turned back. The king was looking at her again. Everyone followed his gaze. The room held its breath. He stood up and walked down from the platform, step by step. Closer, closer, closer. Emma's chest tightened. Why was he coming again? What did he want? He stopped in front of her. So close now, she could feel his presence like a weight. He looked at her face, then her eyes, then her neck, like he was searching for something. Emma felt a strange heat under her skin. Something she could not explain. Something new. The king noticed it. His eyes darkened slightly. "Have we met before?" he asked quietly. Emma shook her head quickly. "No, my lord." She was sure. She would remember him. No one could forget a face like that. He studied her for another long moment. Then, he stepped back. The tension in his body was clear now, like he was fighting something inside himself. "Take her," he said. This time his voice sounded different. Lower. Controlled. The guard did not wait. He quickly led Emma out of the hall. The doors closed behind them. The moment she stepped outside, Emma finally breathed. Her legs felt weak. What was that?" she whispered. The guard did not answer. He just walked. Emma followed him in silence. Her mind was spinning. Nothing made sense. Why did the king look at her like that? Why did he hesitate? Why did he ask if they met before? She was just a maid. Just a human. Nothing more, right? They reached the servant corridor again. The guard let go of her arm. You're lucky, he said. Emma looked at him. Lucky. He nodded. Most humans don't walk out of that hall. Emma swallowed. Her stomach felt tight. Why did he stop? She asked quietly. The guard shook his head. I don't know. Then he leaned a little closer. But something is wrong. Emma felt a chill run through her body. What do you mean? I have served here for years, he said. I have seen the king many times. He paused. I have never seen him hesitate. Emma said nothing. Her heart started beating fast again. Stay careful, the guard added. Then he walked away, leaving her alone in the hallway. Emma stood there for a long moment, thinking, trying to understand. But she couldn't. Nothing made sense. She slowly walked back toward the servant room, each step heavier than before. When she entered, Lily rushed to her. What happened? She asked quickly. Emma shook her head. I don't know. Lily looked worried. Did they hurt you? No. Did he say anything? Emma hesitated, then whispered. He asked my name. Lily's eyes widened. That's not normal. Emma knew that. Everything today was not normal. She sat down slowly. Her hands were still shaking. But deep inside, there was something else. A strange feeling, like something had started. Something she could not stop. And somewhere in the castle, the vampire king was still thinking about her. Emma did not sleep that night. She lay on her small bed, staring at the ceiling. The room was dark, but her mind was not quiet. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw him. His face, his eyes, the way he looked at her, and the way he stopped. That moment stayed in her mind again and again. Why did he stop? Why did his hand shake? Why did he look at her like he knew her? Emma turned to her side and pulled the blanket closer. Her body was tired, but her thoughts would not rest. Something was wrong. Something had changed, and she could feel it. The next morning came slowly. Emma woke up early like always. But today, everything felt different. The castle felt different. The air felt heavy, like something was watching. She stood up and washed her face. The cold water helped a little, but not enough. When she stepped outside into the hallways, people were already looking at her. Not like before. Before, they ignored her. Now, they noticed her. Two maids stopped talking when she passed. A guard looked at her longer than usual. Even the kitchen workers whispered when she entered. Emma felt uncomfortable. What are they saying? She asked Lily quietly. Lily looked nervous. You really don't know? She whispered back. Emma shook her head. Lily moved closer. They are talking about yesterday, she said. About the hall, about you and the king. Emma's chest tightened. What about it? They said he looked at you differently. Emma looked down. That means nothing, she said quickly. But even she did not believe that. Lily bit her lip. Emma, the king never notices humans. Emma stayed silent. Lily lowered her voice even more. And they said, Lord Adrian is angry. Emma's heart dropped. That's not good. No, Lily said. It's very bad. Emma knew that. Lord Adrian was dangerous, cruel, and he did not like humans. At all. Be careful today, Lily said. Please. Emma nodded slowly. I will. But inside, she was not sure if that would be enough. She picked up her tools and started her work again. Cleaning, wiping, carrying, like always. But today, every step felt heavier. Every sound felt louder. Every shadow felt closer. After some time, she was sent to clean a hallway she had never been in before. It was quiet there. Too quiet. The walls were dark, and the light was low. The windows were small, letting in only a little sunlight. Emma walked slowly, her bucket in one hand. She started cleaning the floor, trying to focus, trying to ignore the feeling in her chest. Then, footsteps. Emma froze. Slow, heavy, coming closer. She looked up. Lord Adrian. He was standing at the end of the hallway, watching her. Emma's stomach dropped. She quickly lowered her head. "My lord," she said softly. He did not answer. He walked toward her, step by step. Emma's hands started shaking. She kept cleaning. Faster now. But she could feel him getting closer. Until finally, he stopped right in front of her. "Look at me," he said. Emma hesitated. Then slowly, she lifted her head. His eyes were dark, angry. "You think you are special now?" he asked. Emma blinked. "No, my lord." His lips curled slightly. "Don't lie." Emma shook her head quickly. "I'm not lying." He leaned closer. "Yesterday, the king looked at you." Emma said nothing. "You stood in front of him," Adrian continued. "And you are still alive." His voice grew colder. "That does not happen." Emma swallowed. "I didn't do anything," she said quietly. Adrian laughed. A cold, empty laugh. "That's the problem," he said. "You don't understand what you are." Emma felt fear rise inside her. "I'm just a maid," she whispered. Adrian's eyes narrowed. "No," he said slowly. "You are a problem." Emma stepped back slightly. Her heart was racing now. "I didn't ask for this," she said. Adrian's face hardened. "No one cares what you asked for." He raised his hand suddenly. Emma flinched, but he did not hit her. He grabbed her chin, hard, forcing her to look at him. "Listen carefully," he said. His voice was low, dangerous. "You do not belong here." Emma's eyes filled with fear. "You will never belong here." His grip tightened. "And if you think the king will protect you," he smiled, "you are very wrong." Emma tried to pull away, but his grip was strong. "Please," she whispered. For a moment it felt like he might hurt her, really hurt her. Then suddenly, enough. The voice cut through the hallway. Cold, sharp, powerful. Adrian's hand froze. Slowly he let go. Emma stumbled back, breathing hard. She looked up. The Vampire King was standing at the end of the hallway. His presence filled the space instantly. The air felt colder. He walked forward. His eyes were on Adrian, not on Emma. Adrian stepped back slightly. "My king," he said. The king stopped in front of him. "What are you doing?" he asked. Adrian straightened. "I was only speaking to the servant." The king's eyes darkened. "She is not yours to touch." The words were simple, but they carried weight. Adrian's jaw tightened. "My king, she is just a human." Silence. Then, "I know what she is." The king's voice dropped. "Dangerous." Adrian said nothing. For the first time, he looked unsure. The king turned his head slightly. His eyes moved to Emma. For a second, everything else disappeared again. Emma felt her breath catch. He was looking at her, just like before. But this time, there was something more. Something deeper. Something she could not understand. "Go," he said. Emma blinked. "Now." She did not wait. She picked up her bucket and walked quickly past them. Her legs felt weak, but she did not stop. She did not look back, not even once. When she finally turned the corner, she leaned against the wall. Her heart was beating so fast. Her hands were shaking again. But this time it was not just fear. Something else was there. Something strange. The way he said those words. "She is not yours to touch." Why did it feel like that meant more? Emma closed her eyes for a moment, trying to calm herself. But one thought stayed in her mind. Why does the Vampire King keep protecting me? Emma stayed hidden for a long time after that. She did not go back to the main hall. She did not go near the nobles. She stayed in small places, quiet places where no one important walked. But even there, she could not feel safe. Because now, people knew her. And when people know you in a place like this, it is never good. She was washing dishes in the kitchen when Lily came running. "Emma, they are calling you again." Emma froze. Her hands were still in the cold water. "Who?" she asked slowly. Lily looked scared. "The court." Emma's chest tightened. "Again?" "Why?" she whispered. "I don't know," Lily said. "But this time it's different." Emma looked down at her wet hands. Her fingers were shaking. "I don't want to go," she said softly. Lily stepped closer. "You don't have a choice." Emma knew that. She dried her hands slowly. Every second felt heavy. Her mind was full of fear. What now? What do they want this time? She walked out of the kitchen. The hallway felt longer than before. Every step felt like she was walking toward something bad. Very bad. When she reached the great hall, the doors were already open. People were inside. Many people. More than before. Emma stopped for a moment. Her heart started racing again. But she had no choice. She stepped inside. The moment she entered, all eyes turned to her. Again. But this time it felt worse. Not just curious. Not just amused. This time they looked angry. Cold. Sharp. Emma walked slowly forward. Her legs felt weak. But she remembered what Lily said. Do not show fear. So she kept walking, step by step, until she reached the center of the hall. She stopped and waited. At the far end, the Vampire King was already there, sitting on his throne, watching, always watching. Emma looked at him for a second, then quickly lowered her eyes. The room was silent. Then, a voice spoke. My king, we cannot ignore this any longer. Emma recognized the voice. Lord Adrian. He stepped forward. His eyes moved to Emma, full of anger. This human is changing things, he continued. The court is talking. The nobles are questioning. Emma felt her chest tighten. She did nothing. She just stood there. The rules are clear, Adrian said. Humans do not stand among us. Humans do not gain attention. His voice grew colder. But she has. Silence. Then another voice joined. A woman. She should be removed, she said, before it becomes a bigger problem. Emma's heart dropped. Removed? What does that mean? She did not want to know. More voices started. She does not belong here. This is dangerous. The king must decide. Emma felt like the room was closing in on her. Every word felt like a knife.
She wanted to speak.
To defend herself. But what could she say? She was just a maid. Then suddenly, enough. The room went silent again. The Vampire King stood up. Slowly. Powerfully. Everyone stepped back. Even Adrian. The king walked down from his throne. His steps were calm. But there was something dangerous in the air now. He stopped in front of Emma.
Close.
Very close. Emma kept her eyes down. Her breath was slow, but her heart was not. Look at me. His voice was soft, but strong. Emma lifted her head. Their eyes met again. And once again, everything else disappeared. He looked at her like he was trying to understand something. Something deep. Something hidden. Then, he turned to the court. You say she is a problem. His voice echoed. Cold. Controlled. No, he said. She is not the problem. The room stayed silent. No one dared to speak. The king looked around slowly. At every face. At every noble. If there's a problem, his voice dropped slightly. It is how quickly you forget your place. A chill ran through the room. Even Adrian looked tense now. No one moved. No one spoke. Then the king did something unexpected. Something no one was ready for. He turned back to Emma. For a second, he just looked at her. Then slowly, he stepped back and lowered his head.
A bow.
The Vampire King bowed.
To her.
Emma froze. Her mind went blank. Her body stopped moving. This was not real. This could not be real. The entire hall went silent. Even breathing stopped. Shock filled every face. No one understood what they were seeing. A king, bowing, to a maid. Emma's heart was pounding so loud she could hear it. Her hands trembled. She did not know what to do.
She did not know how to react.
Rise. His voice was low, but she was already standing, still frozen, still confused. He lifted his head slowly and looked at her again. This is my decision, he said. His voice was now clear.
Strong.
Final. She stands under my protection. The words echoed through the hall. Heavy. Powerful. No one could ignore them. No one could question them. But still, they were not happy. Emma could see it. In their eyes. In their faces. They hated this. They hated her. Adrian stepped forward again.
Slow.
Careful. My king, this is not tradition. The king looked at him. Cold. Then it is time for something new. Adrian's jaw tightened. But why her, he asked. The question filled the room. Everyone wanted to know. Even Emma. The king was silent for a moment. Then he answered, I do not need a reason. Simple, but powerful, and final. No one spoke after that. No one dared. The king turned away and walked back to his throne. The matter was over. For him, but not for them. Emma stood there, still shaking, still trying to understand what just happened. He bowed to her.
Why?
Why would a king do that? What did it mean? She was just a maid. Nothing more.
Right?
A guard stepped forward. Come, he said softly. Emma nodded slowly. Her body felt weak, like she might fall at any moment. She turned and walked out of the hall. The eyes followed her. All of them. Full of shock. Full of anger. Full of hate. Emma felt it all. When she finally stepped outside, she stopped. Her hands were still shaking. Her heart was still racing. Her mind was still confused. But one thing was clear now. Everything had changed. Completely. And whatever was coming next, it was not going to be simple. Emma could not feel her feet as she walked away from the hall. It felt like she was dreaming. The same question kept coming back again and again in her mind. Why did he bow? She stopped in an empty hallway and held the wall for support. Her hands were cold, but her face was warm. Her heart was still beating fast. This was not small. This was not normal. This was dangerous. Very dangerous. Because now, everyone saw it. Everyone saw the vampire king bow to her. And that meant one thing. She was no longer invisible. And in a place like this, that was the worst thing that could happen. Emma, she turned. Lily was running toward her. Her face was pale. What happened? Lily asked quickly. People are talking, they said the king. Emma nodded slowly. He bowed, she said. Lily stopped. Her eyes went wide. No. Emma looked at her. Yes. Lily stepped back like she could not believe it. That's not possible, she whispered. Emma gave a weak smile. I thought the same. Lily looked around quickly. We should not talk here, she said. Come. They moved fast through the hallway until they reached a small storage room. Lily closed the door. Now it was quiet. Safe for a moment. Tell me everything, Lily said. Emma sat down slowly. Her legs still felt weak. She told her what happened. Every detail. Every word. Every moment. Lily listened without speaking. When Emma finished, the room was silent. This is bad, Lily said finally. Emma looked at her. I know. No, you don't understand, Lily said. This is not just bad, this is dangerous. Emma's chest tightened. Why? Lily moved closer. In this castle, power is everything, she said. And you just got something you were never supposed to have. Emma swallowed. I didn't ask for it. That doesn't matter, Lily replied. They will not see it that way. Emma looked down at her hands. They already hate me. Lily nodded. And now they will fear you too. Emma looked up. Fear me? Lily's voice dropped. Yes. Because the king chose you. Emma shook her head. But I don't understand why. Lily was quiet for a moment. Then she said something that made Emma freeze. What if he doesn't understand either? Emma blinked. What do you mean? Lily took a breath. I have been here for years, she said. I have watched the king. He is always in control. Always. She paused. But today he didn't look in control. Emma's heart beat faster. She remembered that moment. His hand shaking. His eyes confused. You saw it too? Emma asked quietly. Lily nodded. Yes. Silence filled the room again. Emma felt something cold move through her chest. If the king did not understand what was happening, then who did? And what did that mean for her? Suddenly, a loud knock hit the door. Both of them jumped. Open, a voice said. Emma's stomach dropped. That voice. She knew it. Lily looked at her. Scared. Emma stood up slowly and walked to the door. Her hand hesitated on the handle. Then she opened it. Lord Adrian stood outside. His face was calm. Too calm. Emma, he said. His voice was soft. But it did not feel safe. My lord, Emma said quietly. He looked inside the room. At Lily. Leave, he said. Lily did not move. Adrian's eyes darkened. I said leave. Lily looked at Emma for a second, then slowly walked past him. The door closed. Now it was just the two of them. Emma felt her heartbeat in her throat. Adrian stepped inside.
Slowly.
Like he had all the time in the world. You made quite a scene today, he said. Emma said nothing. What did you do? He asked. She looked at him. I did nothing. Adrian smiled slightly. That's not what it looks like. Emma stayed quiet. Adrian walked closer. His steps were calm, but there was something dangerous in the air. The king bowed to you, he said. Do you understand what that means? Emma shook her head.
No.
Adrian stopped in front of her. Neither do I, he said. His voice dropped. And that is the problem. Emma felt fear rise again. Adrian leaned closer. Things that don't make sense are dangerous. Emma stepped back. I didn't ask for this, she said. Adrian's smile faded. No, he said. But you are part of it now. He looked at her carefully, like he was studying her, like he was trying to find something. You are hiding something, he said. Emma's eyes widened. I'm not. He stepped even closer. Everyone hides something. Emma shook her head. I'm just a maid. Adrian's face hardened. No, he said again. You are not. Silence. Heavy. Tense. Then suddenly, footsteps. Coming closer. Adrian turned his head slightly. And then, the door opened. The vampire king stood there. The air changed instantly. Cold. Heavy. Powerful. Adrian stepped back. My king, he said. The king did not look at him. His eyes were on Emma. Again. Always her. Leave, he said. Adrian hesitated for a second, then bowed slightly, and walked out. The door closed. Now, it was just the two of them. Emma felt her heart racing again. She did not know what to say. She did not know what to do. The king stepped inside. Slowly. His presence filled the small room, making it feel even smaller. He stopped in front of her. Close. But not too close. For a moment he said nothing. He just looked at her. Emma finally spoke. Why? She asked. Her voice was soft, but it was real. Why did you do that? The king did not answer immediately. His eyes moved over her face, like he was thinking, like he was searching. Then finally, I don't know, he said. Emma froze. You don't know? He shook his head slightly. No. That answer shocked her more than anything else. You're the king, she said. You should know. A small shadow passed over his face. I should, he replied. Silence again. Emma looked at him. Really looked this time. He did not look confused on the outside, but something inside him was not right. You felt it too, didn't you? She said slowly. His eyes moved back to hers. What? That moment, Emma said. In the hall when you looked at me. The king did not speak, but he did not deny it. Emma took a small step closer. I don't understand it either, she said. But something is happening. The king's jaw tightened slightly. I know. That was enough. Enough to tell her the truth. He felt it too. This was not just her. This was both of them. And that made it even more dangerous. Emma took a deep breath. What happens now? She asked. The king looked at her. His eyes were serious. Now they will come for you, he said. Emma's chest tightened. Who? The court, he replied. The nobles. Anyone who fears change. Emma swallowed. And you? The king stepped a little closer. His voice dropped. I will not let them touch you. The words were simple, but strong. Emma felt something strange in her chest again. Something warm. Something new. But she pushed it away, because this was not safe. None of this was safe. She looked at him one more time. Then I guess I'm in trouble, she said quietly. For a second, his expression changed. Just a little. Almost like a smile. More than you think, he said. Emma did not sleep that night. She lay on the bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking again and again about everything that had happened. The king's words stayed in her mind. They will come for you. She turned to her side. Her chest felt tight. This place, this castle, it was not just big and beautiful. It was full of danger. Hidden danger. Silent danger. And now she was in the center of it. She closed her eyes for a moment, but sleep did not come. Only thoughts, only fear, only questions. Why her? Why did the king choose her? Why did he bow? What was this strange feeling between them? And, the most important question, what will happen next? Morning came slowly. Gray light entered the room. Emma sat up. Her body felt tired, but her mind was awake. Too awake. She stood and washed her face with cold water. She looked at herself. Same face. Same girl. But everything had changed. I am still just a maid, she whispered. But deep inside, she knew that was no longer true. A knock came on the door.
Soft.
Careful. Emma? Lily's voice. Emma opened the door. Lily stepped in quickly. Her face looked serious. Something is happening, she said. Emma's heart dropped. What now? Lily looked around before speaking. The nobles are planning something, she whispered. Emma felt cold. I knew it. They are not happy, Lily said. After what the king did, they feel insulted. Emma leaned against the wall. What are they planning? Lily shook her head. I don't know everything, but I heard one thing. She stepped closer. They want to test you. Emma frowned. Test me? Yes, Lily said. They will try to prove that you are nothing. Emma let out a small breath. They don't need a test for that. Lily grabbed her arm.
No.
Listen, this is not simple. Emma looked at her. They will make it dangerous. Silence. Emma's chest tightened again. Of course they will, she said softly. Lily looked at her with worry. You need to be careful. Emma gave a small, tired smile. I've been careful my whole life. Lily shook her head. This is different. Emma knew that. She felt it too. Before Emma could say anything, the door opened suddenly. Both of them turned. A guard stood there. Emma, he said. You are needed. Emma's heart sank.
Now.
Yes. Lily looked at her.
Scared.
Emma took a deep breath. It's fine, she said quietly. But it was not fine. Not at all. She followed the guard. The hallway felt colder today. Darker. Like something was waiting. When they reached the great hall, it was already full. Again. But this time the feeling was different. Heavier. More tense. Emma walked inside slowly. Eyes followed her. But now they were not just watching. They were judging. She could feel it. Every step. Every breath. At the front, the vampire king was already there.
Sitting. Still.
Watching. Emma felt a strange calm when she saw him. Just for a moment. Then it disappeared. Because next to him, Lord Adrian was standing. And his face showed something new. Satisfaction. Like he was waiting for this. Emma stopped in the center of the hall. Silence fell. Then Adrian stepped forward. My king, he said. As we discussed, the test is ready. Emma's stomach tightened.
Test.
The word felt heavy. The king's face did not change.
Speak, he said.
Adrian turned slightly toward Emma. This human has gained attention, he said. And respect she did not earn. Emma clenched her hands. She must prove her worth, Adrian continued. The room stayed silent. Everyone was listening. Everyone was watching. Adrian's voice grew colder. The first trial. Emma felt her heart beat faster. Is survival. A murmur moved through the room. Emma did not understand yet. But she knew one thing. This was not going to be easy. Adrian looked at her. You will be placed in the lower grounds, he said. Emma's chest tightened. The old tunnels, he added. Now the room reacted. Whispers. Low voices. Even fear. Emma noticed it. Even vampires did not like this place. That was not a good sign. What is there? She asked quietly. Adrian smiled slightly. Darkness, he said. Emma felt a chill run through her body. And, she asked. Adrian leaned forward slightly. And things that do not belong to the light. Silence. Heavy silence. Emma's throat went dry. She looked at the king. He was watching Adrian. Not her. His face was hard. Tense. Like he did not like this. But he said nothing. Emma felt something break inside her. So this was it. She was alone. Again. Adrian stepped back. You will spend one night there, he said. No light. No weapon. No help. Emma's breathing became slow, controlled. If you survive until morning, he paused. Then you pass. Emma swallowed. And if I don't? Adrian looked straight at her. Then you don't. The meaning was clear. She would die. Simple.
Cold.
Final. The hall went silent again. Emma stood there. Her mind was spinning. Her body felt cold. But slowly, something else came. Something stronger. She had survived her whole life. Hard days.
Cold nights.
Empty stomach.
Pain. Loss. Fear.
And she was still here. She lifted her head. I will do it, she said. The room reacted.
Surprise.
Some even smiled, like they were waiting for this. Adrian nodded slowly. Good. The king finally spoke. When? Adrian turned to him. Tonight. Emma's heart dropped again.
So soon.
No time to think. No time to prepare. The king's eyes moved to Emma. For a moment, something passed between them. Something unspoken, but real. Then it was gone. Prepare her, Adrian said. The guard stepped forward. Emma took one last look at the hall, at the people, at the king. Then she turned and walked away. The path felt heavier now, like every step was leading her closer to something dark. Very dark. Lily was waiting outside. She ran to Emma. What happened? She asked. Emma looked at her. They want me to survive the night, she said. Lily's face went pale. Where? Emma hesitated, then said it. The lower tunnels. Lily stepped back. No. Emma nodded slowly. Yes. Lily shook her head. No one goes there, she said. No one comes back the same. Emma tried to smile. I just have to stay alive, she said. Lily grabbed her hands. Emma, listen to me. Her voice was shaking. If something feels wrong, run. Emma nodded. I will. But deep inside, she knew something. There might be no place to run. Night came faster than expected. The sky turned dark. The castle became quiet. Too quiet. 2 guards came for her. It's time. Emma took a deep breath. Her hands were cold. Her heart was loud. But her face
Was calm.
She followed them. Down the stairs. Lower. And lower.
The air changed.
Cold.
Heavy.
Hard to breathe. The walls became old. Rough.
Dark.
Finally, they stopped. A large iron door stood in front of them. One guard opened it. A deep darkness waited inside. No light. No sound. Just nothing. Emma looked into it. Her chest tightened. This is it, she asked. Yes, the guard said. She nodded slowly, then stepped forward. Into the darkness. The door closed behind her.
Loud.
Final. Emma stood still. She could not see anything. Not even her own hands. Her breathing became louder. The silence was heavy. Too heavy. Then,
A sound. Soft.
from deep inside the darkness, Emma froze. Her heart stopped for a second. She listened. Again. Another sound.
Closer this time.
Something was there. Watching. Waiting. And she was not alone. Emma did not move. She stood in the dark, completely still. Her breath was slow. Her ears were open. Listening. That sound again.
Soft.
Like something dragging or crawling. Far, but not too far. Her heart started beating faster. She could not see anything. Not even a shadow. Just darkness. Deep, heavy, endless darkness. She slowly lifted her hand in front of her face. Nothing. It was like she was blind. She swallowed. Stay calm, she whispered to herself. Her voice sounded strange here, like the darkness was swallowing it. She took one small step forward. Her foot touched cold stone. The ground was uneven.
Rough.
She moved slowly.
Carefully.
Another step, then another. Her hand touched the wall. Cold.
Wet.
She followed it, step by step, trying to understand the space.
Trying not to panic.
Then, that sound again. Closer now. Emma froze. Her body went still. Her heart started pounding loudly. Too loudly. It felt like whatever was in the dark could hear it. She held her breath. Silence. For a moment, nothing moved. Then, a whisper. Not a voice, but something like breath. Right behind her. Emma turned quickly. But there was nothing. Nothing to see. Only darkness. She stepped back fast. Her back hit the wall. Her hands shook. No, no, she whispered. Her mind was racing now. This was not just fear. This was something else. Something wrong. Something not human. She closed her eyes for a second, trying to calm herself, trying to think. You just need to survive, she told herself. Just one night. But the night felt endless. Heavy. Like time had stopped. She opened her eyes again. Still nothing. But she could feel it. Something was watching her. Waiting. Emma slowly moved again. Her hand still on the wall. She walked slowly along it, trying to find something. Anything. A corner.
A door.
A way out. Her feet moved carefully. Every step slow. Every breath controlled. Then suddenly, her foot hit something. She lost balance and fell forward. Hard. Her hands hit the ground. Cold stone. But something else too.
Soft. Wet.
Emma froze. Her fingers moved slowly. Touching it. It felt like cloth.
Old. Torn.
She pulled her hand back quickly. Her heart was racing again. She did not want to know what that was. But she already knew. Someone had been here before. Someone who did not make it out. Emma pushed herself up slowly. Her body felt weak. But she forced herself to stand. You are not going to die here, she whispered. Her voice was stronger now. More firm. Fear was still there. But something else was growing too. Determination. She started walking again. Faster this time. Not running. But not slow either. Then,
A sound.
louder now.
Clear.
A low growl. Emma froze again. Her blood ran cold. That was not wind. That was not imagination. That was real. Something was in here with her. Something alive. Something dangerous. She slowly stepped back. Her breathing became fast. Then, two small lights appeared in the darkness. Far ahead, Emma stared. Her eyes widened. The lights moved. Closer. Closer.
They were not lights.
They were eyes. Glowing. Watching her. Emma's body went cold. She stepped back again. No, she whispered. The eyes blinked. Then moved again. Slow. Careful. Like a hunter. Emma turned and started moving the other way.
Fast.
Her feet hit the ground harder now. Her breath was loud. Her heart was racing. She did not care about being quiet anymore. She just needed to move. But the sound followed. Closer.
Faster.
Emma turned a corner blindly. Her shoulder hit the wall. Pain shot through her body. But she did not stop. She kept moving. Then, suddenly, she slipped. The ground was wet. She fell again.
Hard.
This time, she could not get up fast. Her body hurt. Her breath broke. Then, the sound stopped. Silence. Emma's heart pounded. She stayed on the ground. Frozen. Listening. Nothing. No sound. No movement. Too quiet. That was worse. Much worse. Slowly, she pushed herself up. Her legs shook. Her hands trembled. Think, she whispered. Running was not working. Hiding was not working. So what was left? She took a deep breath and forced herself to stand still. Completely still. If it was hunting, then she needed to stop acting like prey. The silence stretched.
Long.
Heavy. Then, a soft step. Right in front of her. Emma did not move. Her body screamed to run. But she stayed. Still. The air felt colder. Something was there. Very close. She could feel it.
Its breath. Cold. Slow.
Then, a shape.
Dark.
Almost invisible. But there. Emma's eyes adjusted just a little. Enough to see movement. It was low. Not tall.
But fast.
Its eyes glowed again.
Closer now.
Emma's heart was pounding. But she did not run. She did not move. She just stood, looking at it, facing it. For a moment, nothing happened. Then suddenly, it moved.
Fast.
Toward her. Emma did not run. She stepped forward instead. And shouted. Stop. Her voice echoed loudly.
Strong. Sharp.
The creature froze. Just for a second. But that second was enough. Emma grabbed a broken piece of stone from the ground and held it in front of her. Her hands were shaking, but her eyes were strong. I am not afraid, she said. It was not true. She was terrified.
But she said it anyway.
The creature made a low sound, like it was confused, like it was not used to this. Emma took one step forward, still holding the stone. Go away, she said. Her voice was steady now. The creature stepped back slightly. Its glowing eyes flickered. Emma felt something change. It was small, but real. It was not just fear anymore. It was control. She took another step forward.
Go, she said again.
The creature let out a low growl. Then slowly, it moved back into the darkness and disappeared. Emma stood there, frozen, her breath shaking, her heart racing. But it was gone. She did it. She faced it and survived. Her legs gave out. She dropped to the ground, her body shaking. Tears filled her eyes. But she did not cry. She just breathed. Slow, heavy breaths. Time passed. She did not know how much. Minutes. Hours. It felt endless. But slowly, very slowly, a faint light appeared. Far away. Emma lifted her head.
Light.
Morning. She made it. She stood up slowly, her body weak, but alive. She walked toward the light, step by step. When she reached the door, it opened. The guards stood there, their faces shocked. She walked out, into the light.
Alive.
Emma stepped out of the dark tunnel, into the cold morning air. The light hurt her eyes. She lifted her hand slowly to block it. Her body was weak. Her legs felt heavy, but she was alive. That was enough.
For now.
The guards in front of her did not move. They were staring.
Shocked.
Like they were looking at something impossible. One of them whispered, "She survived." Emma heard it, but she said nothing. She did not have the strength. She walked past them slowly. Each step felt hard. Her clothes were dirty. Her hands were scratched.
Her hair was a mess.
But her eyes were different now. Stronger.
Deeper.
She was not the same girl who walked into that darkness. Something had changed. Inside her. The hallway felt brighter than before. Warmer. But the feeling did not last. Because as she moved forward, people started to see her. Servants.
Guards.
Even some nobles. And all of them had the same reaction.
Shock. Fear.
Silence. Emma could feel it. The way they looked at her. Like she was not normal anymore. Like she was something else. Something they did not understand. She kept walking. Not fast. Not slow. Just steady. Until she reached the main hall. The doors were open. Again. Always open. Always waiting. Emma stopped for a second. Her heart beat once hard. Then she walked in. The hall was already full. Word had spread. Everyone knew. Everyone was waiting. The moment she entered, silence fell. Heavy. Deep. Every eye turned to her. But this time, it was not just anger. Not just hate. There was something new.
Fear.
Real fear. Emma walked forward. Her steps were slow but sure. She reached the center. And stopped. At the far end, the Vampire King was standing. Not sitting. Standing. Waiting. His eyes were locked on her. Like he knew. Like he felt at the moment she came back.
Alive.
Lord Adrian stood beside him. But his face was no longer calm. No longer confident. There was tension now. Something tight in his expression. He did not expect this. None of them did. Silence stretched. Then, she survived. A voice whispered in the crowd. Then another. And another. She survived the tunnels. That is not possible. No human has done that. Emma heard everything. But she stayed still.
Calm.
Then Adrian stepped forward. His eyes on Emma. Sharp. Careful. This proves nothing, he said. His voice was steady. But something inside it had changed. Luck, nothing more. Emma looked at him. For the first time. Without fear. Without lowering her eyes. just looking. Adrian noticed, and it made him uncomfortable. You think this is over? He continued. This was only the first trial. Emma said nothing. She just stood there. Then, the king moved. One step forward. The room went silent again. Adrian stopped talking. The king's voice came.
Low.
But powerful. She faced the dark and returned. He looked at the court. That is not luck. Silence. No one argued. No one dared. The king stepped closer.
Slowly.
Until he stood in front of Emma.
Close.
Again. Their eyes met. And something passed between them. Something deeper now. Stronger. Different from before. You were not afraid, he said. Emma took a small breath. I was, she replied softly. His eyes did not move. But you did not run. Emma shook her head.
No.
A small pause. Then he said something quietly. Only for her. That is why you lived. Emma felt something shift inside her again. Something warm. Something she did not understand. Then the king turned back to the court. This trial is complete, he said. His voice filled the hall. She has passed. No one spoke. But not everyone agreed. Emma could feel it. In their eyes. In their silence. Adrian stepped forward again. My king, there are still 2 more trials. The king looked at him. Cold. I know. Adrian held his ground. This is not enough to change anything. Emma felt tension rise again. The moment was not over. Not yet. The king's gaze hardened. It changes everything. The words hit the room like a storm. Even the nobles stepped back slightly. Adrian's jaw tightened. But she is still human. The king did not respond immediately. He just looked at Emma again.
Long. Deep.
Then finally,
He spoke.
not just human. Silence. Heavy silence. Emma's heart skipped. What did that mean? Even Adrian looked confused now. What are you saying? He asked. The king did not answer directly. Instead, he stepped closer to Emma. Very close. Then slowly, he lifted his hand and placed it gently near the mark on her neck. Not touching. Just close. Emma felt heat rise again. That same strange feeling.
Strong. Real.
The room watched. No one moved. No one breathed. This mark, the king said slowly, is not a mistake. Emma's chest tightened. Her mind filled with questions. What is it then? Adrian asked sharply. The king's eyes stayed on Emma. Then finally, it is a bond. The word echoed.
Bond.
The room reacted instantly.
Shock.
Whispers.
Fear.
Even the nobles looked shaken now. Emma felt her body go still. A bond? With him?
How? Why?
Adrian stepped back slightly. This is impossible, he said. The king turned to him. Is it? Adrian had no answer. No one did. The king lowered his hand slowly. But his eyes never left Emma. 2 trials remain, he said. His voice calm again. But now we know one thing. He paused. The room waited. She is not weak. Silence. No one argued. Because they saw it. They all saw it. Emma stood there. Still.
Strong. Alive.
And no longer just a maid. The king stepped back, returning to his place. The moment ended. But the feeling stayed. Emma took a slow breath. Everything had changed again. Bigger now.
Deeper.
More dangerous. But also,
Clearer.
she was part of something now. Something she did not choose. But could not escape. As the hall slowly filled with noise again, Emma stood still for a moment, then turned and walked away. But this time, no one looked at her like she was nothing. Now, they were watching her like she was the beginning of something. Something big. Something powerful. Something they could not control. And deep inside, Emma knew one thing. This was not the end. This was just the beginning. Emma thought she was nothing, just a maid, someone people don't even notice. But in one night, everything changed. She walked into darkness where no one survives, and she came back stronger. Not lucky. Not chosen by chance. But because there was something inside her, something no one could see before. Now the whole court is watching her. Some with fear. Some with anger. And some waiting for her to fall. But Emma is not the same girl anymore. She is standing in a world full of monsters, and she is not running. And the biggest question still remains. Why did the Vampire King choose her? And what will happen when the truth comes out? Because this story is not over. It has just begun. If you enjoyed this story and want more dark, emotional, and suspenseful tales like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel.